Sandro, two pretty incredible sides here out on the field right now.
Yeah, a few players to watch on the UVic Vikes. Keep an eye on Pam Busi. She's coming off a successful weekend in the Vancouver Sevens and also the Vegas Sevens. And on the UB side, we have Kira Malone.
Well, there you have it. UVic, so strong. Just winning that restart right off the bat. Another player to watch. Jess Nielsen with the ball in hand right now. Working this near side, driving forward there.
Maddie Grant.
That is Maddie Grant. Cutting back there, Julia Folk, also a member of Canada's Women's 15s team. Running it up now is Pam Buisa. She is the queen of the hand fend, as you just see over and over again. So much power, and we will have our first try of the match. That's Gabby Senft. She is touching down in the corner for us. So UVic not wasting any time.
No, great support play. Winning the restart, moving it wide, and then recycling it back to their forwards. Again, Pam Busi using her physical dominance, and then with a sweet offload to Gabby, who's been a dominant forward this weekend also. With great combination out there. Gabby's a member of our U20 Women's 15 program, and showing some flair, some sevens flair out there.
These teams, of course, having played in the CanWest Rugby Sevens recently, a program that's supported by B210, one of Canada's funding partners. We've seen some good competition over the last few months between many of these West Coast Sevens sides.
Yeah, I think they've definitely benefited from the tournaments, getting in at least 8 to 12 games, getting their conditioning levels up and also their skill level up.
Minute and a half gone in the first half. UVic, the only try. That one's knocked, not 10, off the hands of the UVic player, so we'll have a free kick right at the halfway line here for UBC. Little show and go, driving forward. Tackle made there by Folk. Spilled forward. So a good opportunity here for the UVic Vikes with a attacking platform right in the midfield.
Yeah, one of the hardest ones to defend. Options left and right. You have Jess Nilsson, former U20 national player. She's got a great opportunity here to pick her side and attack.
So much space in the game of sevens. We'll see where they attack as this ball is being put in by Folk.
Wow,
but it's
scrum.
one good power there by the Thunderbirds on the scrum. Driving forward there is Gold. Here's McKinnon.
Kira Malone looking for space on the outside.
Unfortunately, running straight sideways there. There's Malone at the halfway line now. Passed out by Mackenzie Lee.
Knocked on.
But knocked on, unfortunately. So UBC getting some possession, but not being able to string some phases together.
You can see that wind is playing a little bit of havoc on the passing there and led to a knock on. Right, sure-handed Jillian Bogg, a member of our senior women's 15s program, if she had another shot at that, definitely would have caught it.
If you're just joining us, beautiful conditions here in Langford, but it is windy going from left to right on your screen. But great conditions here at the home of Canadian Rugby as we have another burst of speed down that far side. Cross-cover tackle, but Jess Nielsen will touch down for the second score. Great offloading there by the Vikes, much to the applause here of this home crowd.
Yeah, Maddie Graham had a great run on the outside, fended off Kira Malone and Jess Nelson with some great inside support, finishing off the try.
Offloading playing such a big role in the game of sevens, attacking the space, beating the player on the inside or the outside with support lines, and being able to just release the player. And as we see there, try time for Nielsen.
It's all about timing, right? You saw earlier in the men's game, the offloading was a bit late. There was timed perfectly early enough so that Jess Nielsen could get her hands out and run onto that and hit it at full stride.
UVic has never won the National University Sevens. Guelph in 2012 and 2013, McMaster back-to-back 2014, 2015, and UBC last year. So this could be a first title for the Vikes. Here's Nielsen finding a bit of space there for her player in support. Big tackle on this near sideline. Here's Folk. Tackle coming in there by Bogue. Advantage to UVic. Coming in from the side, or offside, pardon me, is the call.
Looks like UVic's going to slow it down here with a 10-point lead and 2 minutes left in the half. I know Coach Brittany Waters has been working hard on these penalty plays. Let's see if they can execute on it.
Working to the open side. Here's Buisa. So strong with ball in hand. Fending off 2 UBC tacklers, but the ball is stripped. That's superb D on that far sideline.
Looks like there's a UBC player down on the far sideline.
And a high tackle is the call, so opportunity for UBC to alleviate a bit of pressure. Another good run coming up the middle there by Madison Gold.
Oh, turnover.
Into the hands there of Gabby Sempt, and she will score her second try. And UVic starting to run away with this one.
Again, turnover attack. Transition rugby at its best here.
UBC just not up to the challenge so far in this first half. 45 seconds to go in the opening frame. Nielsen looking to add the extra 2.
Great kick with this wind.
Very well weighted into the wind, and the flag goes up. So 30 seconds left, score 17-0. This is, of course, the 6th game in 2 days for these athletes. Some tired bodies. We've, as you said, Sandro, earlier, we've been fighting every bit of weather that Mother Nature could throw at us.
It's only been raining inside the 22 on this side, but I think we've even seen hail today. This morning it was a bit cold, but obviously the players like to play in the sunshine.
So it looks like we'll have time for one more restart as the UBC player gets a bit of help getting off the field on the far side.
These restarts have been the dominant part of the game for UVic. Will UBC be able to answer? Again, this short.
And that is a big part, in fact, by that weather that we're having here and the big wind. I imagine if there was no wind, that kick would have sat about 2 or 3 meters past the 10-meter line. But here we go. Good run up the middle by Brianna Akins. Tackled well there by Nielsen at the UVic 22. And a penalty in favor of the Vikes. So ladies just opting to slow the ball down. I think they're on the last play of this half.
Yeah,
so Nielsen's just going to kick this one out. Smart play just to say, you know what, let's go into the sheds at halftime up 17-0, pardon me.
Yeah, championship game. They've got the points. Probably the best decision to go in and regroup, catch their breath, and Coach Waters will go over what they need to do in the next 7 minutes.
So, Sandra, we're here at the home of Canadian Rugby. Canada's women's sevens team, of course, playing here in a few weeks. This field has been a bit of a curse so far in the last couple of years. Canada getting knocked out in the quarterfinal in both competitions. What needs to get done in a few months' time for Canada to lift the cup here in Langford?
Well, again, it's a challenging times when you play at home. There's a lot of external and external pressures, and I think the girls coming back from Rio did a phenomenal job there. And we've used this tournament for the last 2 years. Even though we weren't successful on the field, it gave us a lot of learning lessons. And I think moving forward in this year, I think the girls are excited about that opportunity. The lessons they learned from Rio are definitely going to be put on challenge here. And I think for most of the girls, they want to put on their best performance. And that best performance will lead to a championship.
With the Pan Am Games, Commonwealth Games, Rugby World Cup Sevens, and next Olympics in Tokyo, all of these events in the next few years, how important is it for you and the likes of John Tate and Morgan Williams in this women's sevens program to identify some key athletes here at tournaments like this?
Yeah, I mean, This tournament is a pathway tournament. A lot of these kids will have an opportunity or have had an opportunity to play with our Youth Olympics or Youth Commonwealth Games. We usually pick a FISU team or World University team that'll go off in the next year or two and compete. And it has been a pathway for current players. If you look at the list of players that are on our national team, they've either played U18s in the Commonwealth or Olympics, or they played in the FISU.
And of course, don't forget, it's a big year for Canada's women's 15s team as well. You've got Jillian Bogue on the field, Jess Nielsen. You've got Deleka Menon, who is in for Calgary. All have been features on our 15s team, and they're, of course, preparing for the Women's Rugby World Cup this August in Ireland. Pretty exciting stuff. They finished second last time in 2014 in France, so hopefully we can do one better. But we're back underway here in the second half, trying to get around this outside. Good tackling there, coming in by Nicole Mallow.
Ooh.
Ball still in play.
It's a knock on there, playing advantage.
Referee Michael Jones giving advantage to UVic. Knock on off UBC.
I've got to say the officiating has been world class this weekend. Spot on, and shout out to all the refs that have come across the country here this weekend and put on a great performance.
Yep, tournaments like this are also huge for our national panel referees. You're so right there, Sandro. Here's UVic back on the attack.
Inside ball. Maddie Graham, can she use her speed to finish this one off?
Here's Graham wrapped up. Good tackle there by the Thunderbird player. About 10 meters out now, diving over it. And not releasing is the call. So good desperation tackle here by the Thunderbirds. They're still in this game. It's only 3 scores. We've seen crazier things happen.
Yeah.
Driving it up there forward is Bogue. Need to see a bit of speed here from this Thunderbird side.
They have it. They just have to get it out to Kira Malone. She's isolated one-on-one out here. But this ruthless defense by UVic is continually creating turnovers.
Yeah, great support there from the women in blue.
They're screaming for the ball out here. I can hear them.
Penalty against the Thunderbirds. Driving in from the side is the call.
Yeah, I think the option here with up by 17 and 4 minutes left in the championship game, they'd probably be looking for a line out here.
Yeah, wanting to just slow this ball down. Smart play there by UVic just to waste another 30 or so seconds off the clock. As Gareth was saying in the last game, World Rugby has instated now that there's 30 seconds to get the ball back into play, whether it's a line out or a scrum or a restart or conversion. They want to speed the game up and have as much time on the field as possible. So there's 30 seconds. As that ball is won at the top there by Gabby Senf, who's got 2 tries already in this game.
Look for them to keep it tight and power through here.
Here, as I said earlier, the queen of the hand fend driving over the line. That's Pam Buisa. Just too big, too strong, and she touches down for another try.
That play looks familiar. I think it's a great relationship that Rugby Canada has with our players here, with UVic and UBC. Obviously, Pam has been in our program and has spread some of her knowledge and wealth to her teammates, and you can see it there in that play. We use the same play near the goal line, and yeah.
When you have the bodies that this UVic team does, the size and the power, moves like that are what's going to get you over the try line, and that's exactly what we just saw. So 24-0, this one is being run away with.
Perfect height on that ball.
Well taken there by Bogue. Challenge in the air coming from the try scorer, Buisa.
She knows she did something wrong.
She knows she's going off for a red card. Very high tackle. So she is off for the remainder of the game. Unfortunately, it's probably a little too late for UBC to make something happen here, trailing 24-0. Buisa has had a phenomenal tournament.
Yeah, one of the top players in the tournament by far.
Jillian Bogue, who caught that restart. She got her first cap for the 15s team on the November tour against Ireland in a win in Dublin. Here's on the outside. Good burst of speed there from Malone. As you were saying, Sandro.
Great job by Maddie Graham to play the angle game there, but again, a bit high on the tackle.
Slow ball. Bit of miscommunication, crossing the wires a bit at the UVic 22 now. Into the hands of Nielsen. 2 players outside of her, she can use it. Challenger gets tackled awkwardly, still maintains possession though. Here's Nielsen on advantage to Folk.
Playing a man down, they're still maintaining possession. Great job of recycling the ball and working in threes here.
On that far side.
Oh, it's going to be a foot race.
Can she go all the way?
That's Brooke Bazian with another great sweeper tackle.
That was Dhaliwal. UBC could win this ball, actually. No, and they off their feet is the call by referee Michael Jones.
Yeah, they're still relentless. Down by 24. UBC still giving 100% out there. Credit to them. It's been a long 2 days of rugby action.
Minute 20 left on the scoreboard here. UVic up with a comfortable 24-0 lead here. Nielsen just slows things down once again. Both these sides coached by women who have done some pretty incredible things for Canada's 15s and 7s teams. You've got Brittany Waters as well as Andrea Burke for UBC.
Yeah, Andrea Burke's filling in for Maria Gallo, who's on mat leave. Congratulations to her and Dean for their first child.
Oh, they're in the crowd. I've said hi to them a couple of times. You know they're watching this one here today. As well as Brittany Waters. She's no real time to celebrate here. Women's 15s team are in camp tomorrow getting ready for their 2-game series against the United States, March 28th and April 1st, and then their June series all leading into the World Cup. So we've got a race here on this near sideline, 45 seconds to go on the clock. Tackle being made there by Maddie Graham.
Yeah.
Counter-rucking is on, but it's won by UBC. They've got 3 players out wide.
Ooh,
and a big tackle in the midfield. Superb defense here from the Vikes. Going right up the middle. Brought down by her jersey. Interesting option. Going to a box kick. Getting back to it now is Asha Payson. Here's Payson. Challenger. No, pardon me, Dhaliwal.
Yeah, well, they're just playing see if they can run out the next 10 seconds and then find touch to finish this off.
Playing a bit of keep away here.
Yeah.
As we hear the final hooter go, this could be the end.
Yeah.
And there you have it, the UVic Vikes, first time National University Sevens champions here at Westhills Stadium in Langford, 24-0 over the UBC Thunderbirds. Sandro, a pretty incredible week.
Yeah, congratulations to UVic and their coaching staff. Also, congratulations to all the university that have traveled across the country here and put on a great display of rugby.